Fuck. All right. Fuck. Let me see the words. The words. Start a review of the FiiO BTR5. It's the best sounding thing FiiO makes, including the Q5S and the M11, the M11 Pro. This is the best sounding thing they make. It's $100. It's $100. It's not available yet as a recording of this. It's coming soon to B&H. It's not on Amazon. It's a $100 Bluetooth receiver. It's the best sounding thing they make, and I didn't believe it, so I started pulling out headphones, and then I pulled them out and like running balance and a high-low gain, and then I'm a FiiO Music app on here, and then it's like, oh, I can adjust the settings on it, kind of like the Ear Studio 100. I mean, not as in depth, but I mean, it's enough. It's enough stuff to fucking for $100. It's like, wow, but it's a little bit bigger than the Ear Studio, and it doesn't have a clip built in, but it's so fucking nice to hold. And then I plug it into T6 DRPs balanced, and it pushes those, but the specs don't even make sense. It's like a quarter of a watt, and it shouldn't push those at a quarter of a watt, but it does. Hi. Shinobu. Wallpaper downloaded in the description. Little heart hands. So, FiiO sent me the BTR5. We take it out of its plastic cocoon, because unlike the FiiO BTR3, which I may as well go get it. Let's go into the pile again, and we'll get, where are you? Alright, there's this. There's one of these, and where's the BTR5? Is it charging? BTR3 is charging? Because I use these things, boom, perp, boom, perp. When I'm live streaming, I use them all the time. I use the little BTR3. I'll give it a little clean. It's a cute little thing. I really fucking love this thing, but it has competition where that is the Ear Studio ES100. And if you don't know what the Ear Studio ES100 is, stop watching this review. Go watch me talk for like 45 minutes about the amazing things that the app for this does. And people have bought it in the last year. Has it even been a year? 8 months? And everyone who gets one is like, holy shit, I can't believe how good this sounds and how many configurations it has and features, and wow. And it sort of made everyone sort of shy away from the little BTR3, which I still recommend to this moment. Well, maybe right before this moment. So USB-C, 3.5mm out, volume control. It's got 3 buttons. It's got an integrated little metal clip. And one of the things about the Ear Studio is it's all plastic, which is good for a Bluetooth device because you want it to be light and you want the signal to not get blocked. And it's trying to be clever with buttons on both sides. So you had volume on one side and track change, and it had 3.5 and 2.5. It was balanced, and the app was incredible. So FiiO said, all right, fuck it. We'll try to go for that. And this unit, which is larger than obviously both of them, not thicker though, but larger, is the best thing that I've ever heard from them. And that's based solely on my actual ability to listen. I put things on. Look at Z reviews. I have fucking piles of things to do. And when I put something on, it's like, all right, this sounds good. And then I move on. And then, okay, what are the features? And what is it? So when I actually hearken to the listening characteristics of something, it probably means you should listen to. I haven't cleaned this. I've just been using it. And unfortunately, this is like one of the big down points is it's fucking glass on both sides. Black, shiny, fingerprint-ridden glass. Which is why the blue towel will be linked in the description, because you're going to fucking need it. Give it a little bit of one. Give one of these. Oh. Dropped it like the soap in prison. There was another unit that was it. I'm picking up by the cord, and it swung into the metal chair. So let's see. It should be fine. It's still fine. Now let's try cleaning it a little bit safer now. Very, very handsome. Like it's straight out of 2001: A Space Odyssey, but cooler looking. So you've got high-res audio and high-res wireless stickers, but they're built into the glass. It is a glass front and back, Gorilla Glass front and back. The outside edges are aluminum, whereas this was aluminum back and sides, and the front was glass, and that's all plastic. This is a ring of aluminum and then glass on both sides. NFC, near field communications. You could pair this with your device by just getting close to it, which is nice. This actually has a screen on it. Right there, 51 is the volume. or 50 out of 60. And this is on high gain, but I am running an old British church is attached to them. So, that's what you're doing. Oh, and I've touched it again. And what the fuck? Did I handle mayonnaise before this review? So, yeah, the fact that it doesn't come with a clip integrated makes it a smaller, thinner unit. If you wanted to leave this out of its little cocoon clip, which is this little plastic thing, just like the FiiO M5 had, you can make it very thin. You could slide this into that, that pocket of your jeans that nobody uses? The one that's like up in the top. It's like for change or something. I don't fucking know. Anybody know the original purpose of that little pocket on jeans? Was it for change, or was it specifically built for the FiiO BTR5? Because you could just slide this in there and it disappears. You could hide it in your ass crack if you wanted to. So I got it, and I hooked it up just like a regular Bluetooth thing, and I've been using it. I'm like, this is good, this is good. And then I started really using it. I'm like, oh. And then I pulled my HG600s, which are out for reviewing tubes. And I just needed something to quickly, listen. And I laid down on my couch, which is very rare for me. Usually if I'm testing stuff, I'm sitting here, and I'm concentrating very hard. And I'm like, do I hear a difference? That's what my face does. I'm trying to hear a difference. Superpowers. Lay down. HD 600s. Balanced output. Holy fuck. Just for 2 hours. Just falling asleep. Waking up. Going, oh my god, this song. I love these headphones. When you realize a headphone you've heard, and I've heard it on the goddamn Solaris, I've got the SP200s, I've heard on every tube on face of the earth, but when you realize and you're laying there, it's like, oh man, I really love these headphones. How could they do any better than this? I wonder if you have something to do with it. Maybe it does. For $100, this is a must-buy. Stocking stuffer, hell yeah. Everyone, they're going to be sold out. I hope they come out before Christmas, and I hope they have about 50,000 of them made, because they're going to sell them all. So, ZMF Auteurs. Put these back on for a second, because they don't get enough play off my wall. I might even swap pads in these to try to give them a little more. I don't need to turn that on, but I'm gonna, even though I'm not playing music from there. She's just there to look good. I've installed the FiiO Music app on my phone, because I tried, and I have the M11 and M11 Pro here, so if you think I'm questioning it, they both sound amazing. But this is like $700, and that's like $400, and this is like $100, and I think I'm enjoying headphones more on this. I don't know why, alright? So I tried to get it to connect to this, and then use inside, here, I'll get out of this, inside the FiiO music software, you have, here's your Fitz Pleasure, and we can get, Run the Jewels, because, yes. But you go down to Bluetooth device control, and here's all the devices you might be hooking up to. Q5S, BTR5, Q5, BTR3, or the new headphones, which are there. And you can connect to it, and if it's obviously Bluetooth to the phone, it'll say, okay, here you go. The problem is on this, when I go to that list, go to this list here, it's just blank. So I don't know why the FiiO player with the FiiO Android, with the FiiO app can't, it's like literally blank. So I decided to go against using that for the review and use my phone. And I'm glad I did. Because once you're in the app, in the section that lets you control the unit, it's, first of all, it's not an ES1. If you need the things the Ear Studio 100s do, and I love how I'm wearing the Auteurs while this is happening. If you need the Ear Studio 100 and you need to adjust your equalizations, that's what that's for. This is a little bit more basic, but $100, you get options, shows you the power, which this will actually show you the battery usage. Charge on until the device restarts, or always. So what happens when you plug it in or don't plug it in. Car mode. If you don't know what car mode is, if you have a cigarette lighter and you plug this into USB, and by the way, it is USB-C, when you turn your car off and the power goes away, it shuts itself off. When you turn your car on and that cigarette lighter comes back on, it wakes up and starts trying to pair. So if you put this in your car, mounted it to your radio, and use it as a DAC, it would just, as you turn your car on and off, it would connect and disconnect from your phone, which is an amazing concept because this would be the best DAC ever put into a vehicle. I'm sure someone's done like a Marantz setup or a Macintosh setup. Idle power off control. So you can set from off to 30 minutes. Here's a menu where I get to select the Bluetooth codec. Now I've forced to only use LDAC. Only LDAC. I don't give a fuck about aptX high def or low latency or aptX plain Jane or AAC for shit sure. And I probably wouldn't recommend doing this because I've had a couple issues where the phone is a little further away and it pauses the music because it's trying to lower the connection, but it can't. Normally it would switch between aptX HD and LDAC or aptX low latency. I would leave all these on except for AAC because fuck that. It's 2019, almost 2020 when you're seeing this. So I would leave the top 4 on and get rid of AAC. And then when you hit confirm, it restarts the unit, and then you turn it back on and it pairs. And then it only uses whatever codecs you choose. So if you want just low latency for some reason, and you don't care about LDAC and the slight delay, you set it to low latency. Input priority, USB DAC first or Bluetooth first. So yeah, it's a USB DAC. You can wire it to your phone or whatever portable device you want with a little jumper cable. I don't believe it comes with one of those. The unboxing was a while ago, and I don't have the original box here. It's probably up there somewhere. We're just going with this, please. Is that it? Hold on. Ooh, that was fast. Yeah, I don't think it came with anything. Like here, look. It's like, oh, yeah. It's like there's nothing in it. Maybe it came with a wire to charge it. So, ooh, it's plastic. However, it does come with a plastic box that says FiiO. That's fine. Clear off my desk. Came with this and this. Can we get back to the part where I talk about how good it fucking sounds? I don't know what it is, but here's an option in here. Input priority USB. I want Bluetooth first. If there's 2 things plugged in, I'll take Bluetooth. Menu options. Hold power down or double click power. I have it just hold power down. So you hold power down, you enter the menu, or you hold power down longer and you turn it on and off. So I might do double click, but there's a lot of double click other options for doing things. And then LCD power off timer. Then at the bottom, you have Equalizer, where you get a very standard looking equalizer. How many bands is this? 510 band equalizer, and that's user. And unfortunately, unlike SMSL with the crystallized and tube, you actually just have dance. You could set up to, where's dance? Or rock? Do I have to turn it on? I think I have to turn it on, and then I could choose, yeah. Ooh, the rock EQ. Yeah, that's what it looks like, V-shaped, bro. What does pop music do? Oh, we want just mids. None of these EQs make sense. I hate these like predetermined dance, R&B. The fuck kind of shit is that? That's just me yelling in general, not specifically at FiiO. But if you go to user, you can adjust 16 bands of equalization. Again, a pittance compared to what the Ear Studio can do. But I think this sounds better than the Ear Studio. You hear how hard it was for me to get those words out? I had to like shove them out with my soul. So yeah, EQ. Okay, let's just shut it off because I'm not actually going to play with the EQ. Audio. This is interesting. This actually has a calculator in it that lets you put in the ohm loads. Which, let's see, I was doing what headphone yesterday? HG600s are 300 ohm. And they're 102 dB sensitivity. Enter. So power out is 8.2 milliwatts with the V out of 1570 millivolts, which should produce a sound pressure level of 1111.16 decibel. So you could actually tell it what headphones you're using, and it'll calculate out all the numbers and what it should be utilizing. And then you have in here the volume of the BTR5, which, by the way, and I didn't realize this, but they're correct. Sometimes you plug in a unit and the volume control on the unit controls the volume control of your device, which sort of sucks because my phone goes in 10% increments. So 100, 90, 80, 70. 70 is too quiet. 80 is too loud. I want 73. You can't get it. So they've actually broken it apart. You can control the volume on your phone Oof. And you can control it separately. We're going to get to that in a second. You can't go fast. You have to press it every time or it changes track. Boom. So they made it separate so that you can sort of like fine-tune the volume. So you have 60 levels of volume on the device, and you're probably 10 levels on the phone, so you can put it to 70 on the phone, and then boop, 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 bump it up on the device, and you get the perfect volume. It's an elegant solution. I used to think that that was bad when it happened, because then you have to adjust 2 volumes, but really 2 volumes are more accurate than 1. So you have the volume of the BTR5, which is now set to 30. I'll put it back to like 44. Volume of tones, which is like bing, boom, bong, bong, when it turns on and off and text Bluetooth. Volume for calls, and I haven't made many calls in it. Made like 1 call. Pause. Low pass filter. And this is the first time I've ever actually seen this visualized. You know those filters I'm always complaining about that I can't hear the fucking difference? Like, oh, linear phase fast roll-off, linear phase slow roll-off, linear phase maximum phase, appetizing. This actually has a visual demonstration of what that should do. I still don't quite get it, but at least I can visually determine what I want it to do. So what do I have it set on? Linear phase fast. If I would do that one. I like that one. This one's pretty. Oh, that one's the prettiest. Appetizing. Oh my god, that one looks exactly the same as this minimum phase one. Like literally, it's the fucking same image. I don't know why there's 2 different options if they're the same image. Ignore that. Channel balance, left and right, so you can adjust balance. Distortion compensation. Now, I haven't played with this much because I don't have much distorted music. But if you turn it on, you can adjust second harmonic compensation from 0 to 5 and third harmonic compensation from 0 to 5. Can someone please in the comments explain to me what that is? Someone that knows how to compose music and maybe mix and master. Well, actually, that's the question mark. When using distortion compensation, the compensation level will affect the harmonic components, which corresponds to the output audio performance. You just level according to personal preference. That feels like it wants to be compression. I feel like it's going to do things to dynamic range to stop distortion from happening, but again, it's an interesting option to play with. Now, here's the one thing I did change. DAC clock divider level. When you hit the question mark on this, it eventually fucking wakes up. There we go. Increasing the clock divider level can improve the sound quality, but also brings more power consumption. It's recommended to select quarter level for Bluetooth input and 1 for USB DAC. So I'm using it for Bluetooth, exclusively for Bluetooth. If I bring it with my laptop, I would use it USB. This way it never dies, and I just tether it there. And that was after I made that change that I was like, holy fuck, what is this thing doing? Forced LDAC, quarter option, operational guide, which is how to use it, by the way. Look at that. The entire guide is here in the app. How to remove the rear clip. I mean, you just yank it off. All right, enough about the app. And let's put music back on. Back. Kiss to Build a Dream on. Amber Rubarth. Perfect. Old British Church. I had to leave them off for a while, and I had to leave them low so that I could talk about the features of the app. Who gives a fuck about any of that? Start plugging in headphones. I'm currently on high gain, and I'll show you how to switch between high and low gain in a moment. Let's plug in this one. So now we're going to go balanced. And the one thing I wish... I should give you the tour, right? USB-C, negative, positive. Oh, God, slippery like soap. There's the button that does pairing or play pause, and there's your power button or menu button, and there's a microphone. I think there's a second microphone somewhere. Am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong. I could have sworn this said dual microphones, but there's your microphone for making calls because you make the call from this. And here's your output. It's a 3.5mm and a balanced. If this had a Pentacon connector, oh my God. That's the only thing missing. I know that they went with this for because it's so small, but if they could have squeezed a Pentacon like in this side of it, move that over, give me 3.5, 2.5, and 4.4, it'd be the end-all fucking unit. So I'm going to plug that in, this little thing, to T60s. Now, if anyone knows anything about T60s, you know that they're T50 mods, essentially. And they require the power of the sun to drive them. So on high gain, on a quiet song, now I'm at 55 out of a 60. But this is working. Like working. Like not like, oh, it's just barely able to do it. Did I take off shuffle? The FiiO Music app is very interesting, by the way. It'll actually modify your lock screen to show you the album art. If the phone like goes off and then comes back on. That's my lock screen now. It shows me the date, shows me the time, and I have to slide to unlock, or I can still change tracks in the lock screen. Then I slide. Holy shit. That was a very quiet song, Amber Rebirth. I was wondering why I was up at 55, and I'm like, I didn't have to get to 55 before. Let's take this all the way back down to like 43. It works perfectly with T60. Like perfectly, like it works. I'm pausing with that. Pausing that with that. That's better than it should ever fucking sound with a USB dongle. These are the hard audio cables. Zios, link the hard audio cables, even though the wait's gonna be like 15 weeks at this point. I used it with that's the 3.5. This is a 3.5. That's a 2.5. So that song is loud at 42 or 3 out of 60 on high gain. Loud on these. If you switch to this, take it out of balanced, you basically have to crank it all the way to 60 to get the same volume. So there's one of the benefits of balance. When you run balance, the architecture uses 2 ends of the amp and it's more power. I'm fucking flabbergasted by that. I'm going to switch now. Hold on. Let's go to the menu. And I'll have to clean it again. Because I touched it. And you're not supposed to touch it. It's like you're in a museum. Don't touch it. Don't. Why would you ever even think about touching this unit? There's still fingerprint smudges. So when you hit the button on top, it shows you that it's LDAC connected. Shows you the volume is 43. And it shows you a graph of the battery level. I hope that's seeing that. Fine. This is play pause. Hold down, next track, then you tap to raise and lower the volume. Basic setup. I love this setup. It's very simple. I wish there was a little more space between these, or a delineation of feel, because sometimes you have to search a bit. Like if this button was wider than this, or this was round and this was a triangle, you'd probably be able to feel a little bit better. It's not the worst, but I was gonna keep it the pause. The problem is this. Here's one of the problems. I'll go through the menu in a second. This is the biggest. It's the benefit and a problem. I'm glad it doesn't have this permanently attached, because you know what? I don't fucking use it most of the time. I was out today with it, and I had it on. But when I came home and I'm just sitting on the couch and I'm wearing my pajamas, I just slid this in my pocket because I was holding my phone. I was able to control my phone. Didn't need this sharp thing. And this has some sharp edges. So here's my question for you, ladies and gentlemen. If the headphones come out of the top of the unit, because here's the screen, and you can see it says it's reading that way, and that's the charging base, and that's where the headphones plug in, which way would you put the clip on? Would you put the clip on so that it's on the top? Or would you put the clip on the other way? Because it works both ways. Now it'll clip like that, so that the heavy wire hangs down, which makes more sense. But when it's like this, now your controls are upside down. So now up is down and down is up, and then the play pause in the bottom. I'm glad I can. I just feel like maybe this should have been the default orientation for the unit, and that screen should be up there, and these buttons should be over here, and because that's much better. I mean, I guess if you're using like IEMs, and it's a light cord and it's up top, you want it on top, but if you're sliding in your pocket, maybe, but then you have to come out the bottom like this and come out the top. But I don't know. It's up to you. The point is, it doesn't matter because you could just go like that and flip it around, and now you got it this way. Hell, you could even put it backwards if you want to be a real dick and not even have the screen showing. Now the screen's back here behind the thing. It's up to you. You can go all 4 ways. Wire on the top, wire on the bottom, buttons on the left, buttons on the right. It's a build your own adventure game. I don't hate that. I don't hate that. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't fucking hate it. I'm going to keep saying I don't hate it. To the menu we go, everybody. So, near-field communication. I talked about that. If you're pairing your phone... I don't have it turned on my phone because it kills batteries, and I very rarely have to NFC anything. But it would be nice. It's like, all right, connecting. And now it's connected. That's all it would be. So, menu. To access the menu. Remember we had the option there. We could either double press something or hold. I still have it on hold. We hold. Hold. Okay. Now, it's unfortunately ruined this demonstration because it's still on the high-low gain selection, which isn't the first thing it shows you. In fact, let me get to the first thing it shows you. Filters, the first thing it shows you. I'm going to keep wiping it off until it's clean so that I can complete my review. Could you? How do people who do like B-roll, like DMS or Joshua Valor, how do they must have to just constantly edit the cleaning out. Because every time you touch it, it's ruined. Or they're doing B-roll, they're doing far away, and you can't see how fucked up it is, and they're like slowly panning with their 8K camera, 8K red cameras. I can do that too, watch. Here's what happens when you get to the menu. This is the real way it works. All right, hold, filter, and then this will let you adjust. So hybrid, F, all those filters we could see in the app, we now have access to here. Again, I'm not a huge filter person. Appetizing, hybrid, fine, whatever, I don't care. Press it again. EQ, on, off. Again, you could choose jazz, pop, rock. All those same stupid EQs I don't care about. User is in here and off is in here. You can't adjust the user one from this, not with 2 buttons and that little screen. You're not going to be able to adjust it, so you need the app if you want to customize one. Dimmer, so that's the actual dimmer, and it goes from 6 to 1. Ooh, fancy. Have you noticed we haven't gotten to high-low gain yet? When you go around the correct way. USB audio. Choose if you want USB audio 1 or 2. 2 will unlock higher bit rates, but 1 is universally compatible. That would be the only reason you change it. Oh, fuck, the menu went off. All right, still on there. Car mode, on, off. We discussed car mode already. Charge mode, on, off. You get on, off. That's it. Gain, high, low. So there you go. High or low gain. What am I going to put on next? I'm going to plug in my 600. So I'm going to put on low gain because it actually works there. And then you hit it again. It's version 1.0.2. So now here's it, and then it'll keep cycling. Let's say you want to quickly change your gain, because I'm assuming that's the thing you're going to change the most. That's the one option I want to be like, all right, these don't need it. I'm switching headphones. I want to be on low gain or high gain. Menu. Menu. Okay. Menu. There it is. You can't smash it real fast. You have to sort of hold it a little bit as you go through everything. And gain is the last option. The last option. I'm sure a firmware setup could just rearrange those for me. I'm pretty sure the USB standard I want to use is not the thing I need before gain. I'm nitpicking because I have to nitpick. This thing still sounds fucking amazing and you're all going to buy one. Zeus recommends it highly for Christmas. That's it. We've gone through all the feature sets. Oh, it's supposed to last 9 hours. It's supposed to last 9 hours, which doesn't seem like a lot. Doesn't seem like a lot considering the size of it compared to other ones. I don't know how long the BTR5 is supposed to last, but I figure like 9 hours doesn't like throw confidence. Like 30-hour Bluetooth headphones. Every headphone is 30 hours. But the 9 hours you're going to get out of it? Oh, man. Oh, man. Hold on. That's weird. Because I just unpaused it. It didn't hear it. Then I raised the volume and it like truly unpaused. Now I'm going to unpause it. Alright. So now I want to go to the next track. You hold down. God, everything sounds fucking good off of this thing. It has some funky features. Like here, let me... It's on B&H, and I'm sure it's going to be on Amazon. And you go here, and it's got all these curves it's showing us. I don't know how I got here. I was searching FiiO BTR3. BTR5, I mean. And I'm like, where can I buy it? Where can I buy it? Where can I buy it? I can't buy it. There's all these reviews, but I can't buy it. Ooh, yes. Yeah, I love how it gets cut off behind this weird bar. What is that? I blame Windows 7 and being zoomed in, probably. Anyway, it's got dual DAC chips. It's got Bluetooth. It's got 5. NFC, 9-hour battery life, which again is a little, inline remote control. You can control with an inline remote if you have one. Double-sided 2.5D glass. Microphone. A 0.49-inch monochromatic OLED. Oh, my God. None of this fits. All this is broken. I'm only at 103%, so it's not breaking it there. But yeah, the dual ESS, something about... All right, look. Shut up. Everyone shut up. Everyone fucking stop. Stop, Zeos. Just get to the fucking end of this review. Shinobu, end of the review? Fine. Nothing I plug into this sounds underpowered or poor or doesn't have the right sound stage. It's a benchmark. Not the brand Benchmark, which, by the way, great name for a company. Everybody gets together. It's so clean. It's like... I don't know. It's like clear water dripping down a babbling brook onto rocks that are washed infinitely under the sands of time. Well, I don't know how else to describe. I want to listen to music more in this than I do on the here's the M11 Pro. The review is not out yet. The review's not even filmed yet. It's all charged up, ready to go. Look, John Wick 3 is ready to be played. Let's just swap it out for a second. Slide to unlock. Fork is that little thing. Oh, I turned it off. Get out of this. This is a THX version, by the way. Am I on high gain? No, I'm on low gain. Alright, there you go. Why do I have to be on high gain? Here's a question. Ready for a fucking question? THX version, M11 Pro, $600 some odd. Probably end up in the yard sale. For every $5 patron or subscribe star person of $5 or higher. Why am I at 100 out of 120 on high gain on that for HD600? So when I plug into this and unpause it, and let's get to a louder song so I could actively compare it. Why am I 45 out of 60 on low gain? And it's pushing these better than that. What is happening to the world? What is happening? If this had 2 hours of battery life, I'd recommend it. I'm I feel like this deserves a sound demo. I'm gonna pause there. No, I'm gonna pause that one. There's too much going on right now. I feel like this thing deserves a fucking sound demo. That's how good it is. It's beyond just like, oh, whatever. Like, I was taking out my standard fare of, like, Koss KPH-30Is. One of the best portable fucking headphones ever. And I usually pull these out because they're nice and efficient and they're open and they sound fantastic. But you don't need efficiency. You don't need efficiency. You could whip out a British church. You could fucking Rolls-Royce dashboard over here. A 70s Rolls-Royce dashboard. Just carve that thing out and throw it on it because it just pushes it. And it pushes it clean. Everything coming out of it is clean and nice. I may never use my Ear Studios again. I own like 3 of them now. The 9-hour battery life is fucking fine for do live streams. I stream for like 6 hours at most. Fuck, I love cheese, says Princess Pasta. I'm. Oh, these costs. I had these out today. I don't know what the model number of these is, but these are the saddest thing, and their review's coming soon because they're always broken. They sound great. They're always broken. Oh, one more thing. I was gonna I'm squeezing a bunch of little things in here. This is that understated Montreal leather strap that's made out of like a French cowhide, and it's the nicest fucking piece of leather I've ever felt. And I was going to install it on my T60s. So usually you just take a screwdriver and unscrew the screws from the T6, from the T50s or T40s or T20s, and you can install the new strap. For some reason, and I didn't notice this when I reviewed the T60s, that isn't a screw. That is a Starhead security screw with a rod, so you need a hollow-tipped Starhead to take that out. Why? Why, Fostex? Why on God's earth? And I love you. I fucking love you, Fostex. But why is there a security screw I gotta order a special tip holding my comfort strap on to my headphones? I just have to rage about that a little bit on a big video. This will be a popular video. It'll have 10, 15,000 views in a week. That fucking thing. Buy that fucking thing. My patrons and my Subscribe Star people are seeing this first. And they're probably seeing it before it's even available for purchase. I don't know. We're almost at mid-December. If this is coming out before the holidays, it should be out like now. And it's still not out. I'm going to have to email them again and be like, hey, FiiO, do you ever plan on, like, releasing it? Because, you know, this should be... The fact that you can USB DAC this also and experience this without going to Bluetooth and fucking dicking it. Sold. Fuck it, sold. Sold. High bidder. $100. Can't go wrong. Sold. $110 it's on B&H, or it's going to be. This is dumb. This thing's dumb, and I may ask FiiO for a second one, and then just keep them both fully charged and just swap them out while I'm doing things. The Q5S sounds amazing, but it also weighs as much as a brick. And the M11 and M11 Pros both sound great. They both sound great. But their batteries don't last as long as this does. And LDAC is basically fucking lossless, alright? It isn't, but it might as well be. So if I can LDAC to my phone, which has the infinitely swappable Motorola battery packs, by the way, because this is why I run my Motorola's Z2 Force, which is going on like 2.5, 3 years now. Plus I just go out for $80 and I buy another one of these, and then I just go whoop, brink, and then my phone's always charged. So, or I could just take one of these. This doesn't have LDAC, does it? No, it's low latency, aptX, and HD. It doesn't have LDAC. If it had LDAC, it'd be perfect. This is the Tautronics Sender, which works like 100 feet through walls. I would never have to have... You want wireless headphones? Booyah. I can't keep talking about it. I want to talk about it forever. I want to keep talking like a 24-hour live stream, like telethon, where I'm like, you need to participate and buy one of these so that we could get FiiO to send me another one. I don't know what the benefit would be. When this thing is available, I release this for video live. When you see this video, it's out. Because there's no point in releasing it if you can't buy it. That doesn't make any sort of financial sense on my end. And there's no point in hyping it if you can't buy it. It's not going to help FiiO want to bring it out anyway. Just know, and I mean this, that when this video ends, I'm going to take this while it's paired to my phone, I'm going to put Christina Aguilera back on, and I'm going to wander out with my favorite fucking headphones, because it's reimbursed my fucking love of them. Wait, reimbursed is the wrong word. I'm just going to listen to Christina Aguilera sing through a $100 Bluetooth DAC amp and absolutely have no wish for anything better. That's it. I'm done. That wallpaper in the description. Links in the description to Patreon and Subscribe Star. $5 tiers, $10 tiers, and higher exist in both. They're all laid out on the pages for you. Check out hifiguides forum. hifiguides will probably have this on it if I could get a purchase link. And I'm certainly going to pop the actual forum post up so people can discuss. I'm sure more than me have just heard this thing. Maybe I've got a crazy good unit. Maybe everything inside of it is pure silver, or gold, or platinum, or Gundanium. Fuck do I know? Could be Michael Fassbender's pubic hairs in here. Whatever's making it sound great, it's great. That's it. I'll see you all for tomorrow, and like I promised. Oh!